Hello, and welcome to the Untitled Sickos PowerPoint rankings, or whatever the hell we're calling it this week. We have things. My name is K-Main. I'm an actual NFL owner. God has abandoned us, and I'm rooting for the Saints for the rest of the year as a bit of a tertiary interest. I'm not sorry, Chris.
You should be sorry because first of all, you're cheering for the
Rashid
Saints.
Shaheed.
And second of all, there's no second of all. You're cheering for the Saints. Why would you do that to yourself? But regardless, hello, everyone. My name is Die Sometimes, aka Chris, aka that guy, aka. Okay, I'm done. I'm not. I'm gonna stop that bit. I'm gonna stop that bit. And I am an avid Jason Whitlock hater. Because apparently, apparently the reason why passing metrics are down this year is because of DEI, according to Jason Whitlock. Yeah, I'll let you guys unpackage that. I am a top 1,000 Pokemon Unite player. Yeah, I know, ladies, calm down. And I have met the GOAT in some people's eyes, LeBron James.
And I'm Bears fan. I played football back in high school. That's more than any of these other people here. I got into Twitter beef with Ryan Leaf a couple of years ago, and I would like to say I feel like I won that beef. It's been a while, but I still feel like I won it, and I am still the Justin Herbert of that.
Yeah, you're also apparently the Justin Herbert of Twitter beef because you hypothetically won that Twitter argument and you don't have any evidence to prove it at this time.
Yeah, the evidence died. The evidence died when CSM died.
Yeah, well, isn't that convenient, Mr. SEC? We're a little low on player spotlights this week. I'm just glad I remember to add the slide.
It's really funny because Joe Burrow's becoming more of an if man than Justin Herbert.
Yeah, but he's if man injury instead of if man terrible O-line and no injury.
I'm not gonna fight it. I like Justin Herbert. I think he's really good.
The player spots like this week: Trevor Lawrence, Derwin James, Kyle Pitts, DeMarco Jackson, Travis Etienne, and Jeffrey Simmons.
Huge ups to Derwin James for ending the Kansas City Chiefs season.
I would posit that player spotlight should go to Gardner Minshew for throwing the pass that ended the Kansas City Chiefs season. Well, at least I get to be an unabashed and unironic Chiefs fan for 3 weeks because Gardner Minshew, and also if they win, they get worse draft picks. We had 17 teams on the rankings this week. I'm pretty sure. I honestly didn't check if we had 18, but who gives a shit? Anyone who got
honorable.
Anyone who got less points than the Panthers doesn't deserve to be talked about, anyways.
I agree. I don't think they should be called honorable mentions. They are just mentions. They're there for sure.
Honorable mentions. I think honorable is doing a lot of heavy pulling right now because we were too lazy to change the slide.
No, this slide got changed. These are different teams.
Man, the fact that the Panthers are at 17 and they lost to that horrible Saints team just goes to show how terrible.
Go Saints!
Let's just rope the AFC North and like the NFC South and into the dishonorable mentions tier. Everyone in those two divisions should feel bad for what they've done to football, and they should learn to give their playoff spot to someone who actually deserves it.
Look at it this way. You only have to rank 12 teams when we do the wildcard edition because your 13 and 14 are already set.
Oh, right. True. No, because having to choose like who's worse between like those 4 teams, it could be kind of hard, not gonna lie.
There's only 2 teams.
Yeah.
Damn, the 4 seeds this year are worse than the 7 seeds.
Yeah.
Not even arguably, 100%.
Colts, we have
Hello,
updated
Colts.
the kid counter to the TD counter because he threw one. That's my go. I hope he gets like 3 receiving yards on the world's most confusing pass play before his entire body explodes, so that he can pass Mercedes Lewis on the all-time.
You think he starts next week?
Yeah,
no, he is.
Yeah,
They confirmed
He
it.
is.
yeah. I think he started
Oh.
for the rest of the season.
Oh my.
I mean,
well, that's
look,
hilarious.
he's safe in the pocket. He's playing against San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's why kind of. It's interesting.
It's gonna be a weird matchup, especially since it's at home. Like Niner fans travel well, but are Niner fans gonna travel to Indianapolis of all places?
They will travel anywhere. They will travel to Washington. They will travel to Philly. They will travel to Maine if they have to. 49er fans, them in their jean shorts, they will go wherever the 49ers go. But this isn't about the 49ers. It's about the Colts. Really not much to say. It's a tough loss. Really tough loss for them.
Yeah.
They played their hearts out. They just, Seattle was just... Honestly, Seattle's kind of playing like shit. So are the Colts, but it's understandable because you have a 45-year-old Phillip Rivers at quarterback. So I feel like that game really was more of an indictment on Seattle than the Colts losing that game.
Oh, that was definitely an indictment on Seattle, but we'll get to them later.
It's really tough for the Colts, especially since their schedule just does not get any easier. Because I think next week it's the 49ers, and then after that, I believe it's the Jaguars and then the Texans. It's such an unfortunate way to end their season after they started out so hot. Beating the Broncos, they beating the Broncos, playing close against the Rams. I don't know if you can blame it on injuries or just self-inflicted wounds. I think that game against the Chiefs is really gonna mess them up in the long term because they should have won that game and they just played bad. They should have probably beaten the Texans and they didn't. And now it's probably going to be a do or die game in Week 18 when they go up against Houston. I really don't know if they can win that game. I really don't know what Phillip Rivers is going to look like if he's even playing that game. I don't know what Phillip Rivers is going to look like against that dominant Houston Texans front seven. We'll see, but it's a tough loss, and their schedule just does not get any easier.
I will say this: at least the Colts are fun. They're a fun team, and at least they're fun bad, unlike the rest of the other teams. But I will say this: do you want to know what the Colts' magic number is? It's 10. For the amount of kids Phillip Rivers has, and 10 wins probably is enough to get them in the playoffs.
It's not enough to get them in the playoffs. They need to win out.
If they beat Jacksonville and Houston, there's a shot.
No. Houston's going to win 2 games. The Jags are going to win at least 1.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know about that one, Jim. Colts. They're a fun team to watch. Man, Seattle can kick field goals. I had more fun. This was a less depressing game for me to watch on the afternoon slate. Genuinely the worst afternoon slate of football I've ever personally experienced. Yeah, they're back. I'm sorry, man.
Gross. I can't even hate on them because they played a good game, but they're
they played the Raiders.
I can't hate because it was against the Raiders. I can't hate because it was against the Raiders. That is not a real NFL team. That's not a real football team. That team is so trash. I don't want to talk about this team. Fuck the Eagles.
Their magic number is 3. Now, why you say 3? Well, that's the amount of games they need to lose for Dallas to come in and take their spot. So please lose out,
God.
Please, God. Yeah, unfortunately, that is so not going to happen.
That is not going to. Yeah, that is definitely not going to happen because Dallas lost to 9 in the Vikings somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And also the Eagles remaining schedule. Commanders twice and who else?
Buffalo.
Yeah, they're losing one game.
I will say this: I think it's possible their division isn't locked up until Week 18, considering the first game is at Washington.
No.
No.
If they win next week and Dallas loses, the division is
No, if
all
they
but theirs.
win next week, they win the division.
Right, yeah, I'm just saying the division might not be decided until Week 18, and that's only because the game's at Washington.
Washington is trash.
They're not playing they're playing for pride, though. It's possible.
They are trash. They are trash.
Fam, they're not playing for pride. They're playing for the free agency contract so that they can go to a better org.
The Commanders are trash. The defense is trash. Marcus Mariota is their starting quarterback. They are trash.
Yeah.
The Eagles will win that. The Eagles will win that game. If they don't, that is super embarrassing. But the Eagles will win that. Will win that game. If they don't, if they lose these next two, God help every Philly fan. Actually, no, they deserve it.
If they lose, we might be seeing them on the slides again next week, a la last week. I will say something that's gotten kind of lost in the weeds. In an era where shutouts in the NFL have become increasingly rare, we've had a shutout in each of the last 3 weeks. This is really weird. There's normally like 1 or 2 a season. It's just, fuck you. They're happening right in a row.
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
Gross.
But yeah, at least think about it this way, guys. We don't get to talk about the Eagles anymore.
I'll on to the next team before I a connection.
Yeah, but it's good content. Chargers.
I will say this.
This team should be number 1. They should be number 1 in the power rankings because they defeated the evil of the NFL. And we are going to have a Chiefs-less playoffs for the first time since, I believe, 2018,
I think.
Was it 18? No, I think it was before 18.
Actually, it might have been 17.
They made the playoffs in 2018. It's
2015.
We're going to have an AFC championship game without the Chiefs for the first time since 2018. I think they made the playoffs the year before, and that's when they lost to Marcus Mariota in that weird comeback.
2017 is the year they lost to Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. So,
2018 they made the AFC Championship, and then 2019 they made the AFC Championship. Because they beat the...
Mahomes has never lost in the playoffs before the CG.
Yeah. But honestly, all props to the Chargers, man. They're beating the narratives, and they're slowly becoming one of the more stable teams going into the playoffs because despite the injuries, Casey's to not allow Mahomes to score any points in the second half, that has to be commended for on defense. Despite the amount of dog shit weapons they got, it's still something to be commended about what this Chargers team. Now, is this defense probably going to help them when they're having to go up against a Buffalo Buffalo really is the only high-powered team offensively.
The Broncos, when they lock in.
The Jags have been cooking for a few weeks.
Jags have been really good offensively as well, but I think this game really is more of an indictment on how horrific the Chiefs' offense is. No, I think it's a combination of both because the Chargers' defense has been really good this year, but I think it's also the fact that the Chiefs' offense has been criminally bad this year. It has been the Mahomes show. It has been Mahomes and the Funky Bunch the entire season. Even with a good offensive line and pass pro, run pro is pretty bad. Their running back, their best running back right now is Kareem Hunt, which I say anything else.
Are we sure this is?
I don't want to talk about the Chiefs because we don't need to talk about the Chiefs. We need to talk about the Chargers. I'm going to talk about the Chargers. And great win again, fantastic win, amazing win. The evil is gone. The evil is defeated.
The evil is subdued for now. I'm giving it 3 years before I call the Chiefs truly dead.
I'm not saying they're dead. I'm not saying they're truly dead. I'm just saying they're dead this season. Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
So, like, big dubs.
All I'm saying
I
is,
still really worry about the Chargers offensively. Because even I know the Chiefs defense is good, but the Chargers offense is really, really stagnant. It's been really stagnant for the past like 2 weeks. I'm not counting that Raiders game because literally the Raiders can make any team in the NFL look amazing. I
All I'm
really
gonna
want to
say-
see them do. I don't know how good they're gonna be in the playoffs. I'll let you go take him. Sorry.
I will. Nah, it's all good. I was just gonna say, I think the only thing that I'll take away from this game, we saw the death of this dynasty.
We did not see the death of this dynasty. We saw the dynasty pause for a second.
Let me get into it, because I always think the Patriots dynasty is divided up into two parts. You have the first three of Brady and then the last three of Brady. Like in between that, like people forget that Brady did not win a Super Bowl for like 8 or 9 years. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the Chargers. Fantastic culture-changing win for them. Do I think it'll help them come playoffs? No, but with how many injuries they've had this year, I think they're just fine getting into the playoffs. And who knows? Maybe you could upset a team as long as they win a playoff game. I think this is a successful season for them. If they lose, oh well, they've been injured.
Yeah. I don't have much to say though.
I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like we know who the Chargers are. You said culture. I will push back a little on culture changing win. I don't know what culture changed exactly, but I mean,
like a
good
culture,
win.
like the chargering, like the quote unquote chargering is gone. This isn't
the chargering isn't gone. The chargering showed up in the postseason the last time they were there.
I'm saying postseason the last time they were there, and it's going to show up again in the postseason. I don't even think it's really going to be chargering. I think they're just going to lose to a team that's better than them, or I should say a team that's more healthy than them.
Yeah, I mean, what? The only team in the playoffs right now I trust them to beat is the Steelers, and that's still a little iffy.
I mean, they have the 5th seed right now.
Well, they would actually be facing the Steelers or if they face the Ravens, I think they lose.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say through magic number, potentially 1, potentially 2, or potentially 3. One of those. We're gonna have to wait and sit on it for another 2 years until we have to see if it's good or not. To see if those numbers are magical or not.
It's a really tough remaining schedule, though.
True.
Yeah.
Dallas, Houston, Denver.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for him against Houston. That's for sure.
We'll be unfortunately cheering for the Texans.
Yeah, but Texans
can't wait till we get to them.
Kind of control their destiny. Lions. Yeah. So if the Packers win and the Lions lose, they're kicked. Or no, that's the way the Packers lock a playoff spot.
No,
they're not kicked.
I think if Chicago wins
and the Lions
wins and the Lions the 49ers win and the Lions lose, the Lions are eliminated.
No. Actually, there's a very funny playoff scenario when it comes to the Lions getting eliminated this week. The Lions could be eliminated if the Bears and Packers set aside their differences.
Oh right, yeah, Bears-Packers tie. Bears-Packers tie locks up 6 out of 7 playoff spots. Well, 5 of the remaining 6.
Which is really funny.
And then it's just the NFC South.
I just think
it's a terrible division, bro.
It is extremely funny to think like that. If the Bears and Packers put aside their differences and tied this season, and Detroit somehow find a way to lose,
that would be fuck the Lions.
True. Granted, they play on Saturdays, so they would have to have like psychic vision in order to tie. But look, man, this team's very up and down. Like the last 2, like you see that last 5 games, 2 and 3, they could lose to Pittsburgh. I'm not saying they will.
Yeah,
but it's the team to lose to them.
It's quite possible. Do the Vikings and Steelers play? In the
They already played.
Yeah, so what? This is potentially Rogers' final game against an NFC North opponent?
Yep.
Like, it's...
Barring them actually making the Super Bowl. And
Yeah,
everything.
bar a real weird Super Bowl. I
But
mean,
yeah, this is
honestly, I think for narrative, Steelers Packers would be a really interesting Super Bowl, but we can get to that stuff later.
yeah. I will just say this for Detroit: they're really up and down. I think if they lose to the Steelers, they shouldn't be in the playoffs. Period. I feel like that's something everyone here can relatively agree on. If you can't beat the Steelers, then you don't deserve to get in.
Prayers
And
up
with
for
how
TJ
Detroit
Watt.
has played all year this year, this has kind of been in the making for a bit now. Like the season really, I think this season really got a wrinkle into the plan once JJ McCarthy went into Detroit and shut everyone up. I think that was the biggest.
Well, temporarily shut everyone up. We went back to making fun of him pretty soon after.
Right, yeah, but like Detroit looked not good. This team's way too inconsistent, man. And Dan Campbell is one of the main reasons as to why the record looks like that. Because you can say that his philosophy lost him the game against Philadelphia and lost him the game against Green Bay. Now LA, they just got out. They got out-torched.
No, they were getting outgunned in that Packers game. That game was not close.
Right, but also too, the Lions just couldn't convert a fourth down.
Oh, trust me, I'm well aware of that.
The Packers kind of just handle business.
Yeah, that's fair. But the entire point is, this is season for Detroit. They have playoff games to finish out the season, and they have two free wins that people will be saying, and then the Bears week 18.
3 free
If
wins.
you lose one of those games, then you shouldn't make the playoff. If you lose one of those games against the Vikings or Steelers, you should make the playoffs.
If they're still alive, actually, I don't know what game they're gonna put on Sunday night because depending on next week, Lions Bears could very well be for the 7th seed.
Yeah, like if Green Bay beats Chicago, then yeah, 7th seed. It doesn't matter what the Bears do throughout the rest of the year. I mean, yeah, I guess the Vikings could beat the Lions next week, and then the Bears could beat San Francisco. But by that point, yeah,
we'll talk about the Bears later.
Yeah, their magic number, 4, for stop going for it on 4th down.
Sure. San Fran.
They let Jeffrey Simmons get a touchdown. I think they could have passed from all the bitching that we can spew at them.
I don't know what to make of this team. This is one of the teams closest geographically to me, and I just pay them no mind.
I will say this: their last 4 games were against Arizona, Carolina, Cleveland, and Tennessee. It's not like those opponents are some of the cream of the crop. When you look at them throughout the year this year, they lost to Jacksonville, they lost to Tampa, they lost to Houston, and they lost to LA. Granted, they did beat LA, but currently, against playoff teams, San Francisco is, not including Carolina, San Francisco is 2-4. And their next 3 games are against playoff contenders. So we're going to see how that goes with them. CMC could very well get 1K on each side of the ball, though, so that's cool.
Yep, he's winning some people their fantasy leagues because he was taken like 5th overall, which is kind of wild.
Their magic number is 78 rushing yards and 180 receiving yards.
Christian McCaffrey has been this team's entire offense. Please get another receiver. Dear Lord, get another receiver.
Yeah.
But no, you don't get it, man. I was told Jawan Jennings is gonna come in and replace Brandon Ayuk.
Yawn.
Just re-sign Ayuk to another
That's really funny.
mega max deal. It'll work.
He's gonna get
trust.
Isn't he supposed to get released? Aren't they releasing him?
Yes.
Yeah, they're probably gonna release him. All I'm gonna say
Oh,
is
it's not probably.
they were saying that while I was snickering through my teeth. Jawan Jennings is gonna come up and be a legitimate threat. Okay, man. I will say this. George Kittle, despite being injured, has had a very fine enough year. So I'm happy for him. And that's all I care about.
Remaining schedule's a little interesting. Things could get a little shaky. Things could get a little shaky for them. Chicago's not a gimme. Seattle is definitely not a gimme.
If they lose to the Colts, this playoff race could get extremely interesting for both.
Very much so.
Yeah. But
I mean, the Lions aren't.
I'm pretty sure if they win, they clinch a spot, though.
Very possibly they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We can talk about this during the brief intermission, but I think so.
We have intermissions?
Anywho, the call to power.
Call to action.
Call to action, whatever.
But regardless, big game next week, Niners. Better
Monday Night
better
Football.
not
Man,
miss.
I hope Rivers torches them. It would be so funny.
It will be funny, but that's not going to happen.
If he throws for 200 yards, then I think that's a loss for San Fran.
Like or they're getting blown out like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes. What's next?
Texans.
Way too low. Way too low. Way too fucking low. 9 is not enough. They should be way higher than 9. This is the best defense in the NFL. I'll say it again. This is the best defense in the NFL. Debate a wall. I wish their offense would play like this every single week.
They get to play an SEC. They got to play an SEC retirement home, man.
Yeah, I'm not too. I think honestly, a lot of the issues with the Texans, again, it's going to go back to the Seattle game. Not saying that they don't deserve their praise or anything, but we have to keep in mind this team started off very cheap. But
exactly.
But I will just say this: after Thanksgiving, this team has been undefeated after Thanksgiving, and they beat off 2 playoff teams and had a very convincing win at home against the Cardinals. Now, I'm going to be very cautious about this team going forward because if the offense just falls back down a hill, that defense isn't going to save them. But they have the Raiders this week, so all I'm going to say is rest in peace to Geno Smith. He is going to die.
Yeah.
He's going to get murdered. Oh, he's going to die. He's going to get absolutely destroyed by the Texans. I can't wait for them to drop 50 next week.
You think fucking Kenny Pickett had it bad with the Eagles O-line, with the Eagles D-line? Dude, Geno Smith is going to come back and he's going to cry. If I'm Ashton Genty, I'm telling Geno, tell you what, man, you can hold on to the ball today. I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to just, let things happen.
I'm telling you this right now. This is the team I'm rooting for the rest of the year. Like, since the Falcons are dog shit, this is the team I will be rooting for the rest of the year. This is 12 wins, 12-5. They're gonna win out. They're gonna make it to the AFC Championship. I'm gonna call it. That's what I'm saying. I think their defense is just that smothering, that good. They can bitch almost any offense in the league. They were even bitching the Rams offense in week 1 if it weren't for the Texans' extremely super shit offensive line.
If they make it to the championship,
I believe in this team. I believe in D'Amico Ryans and this coaching staff. Not their offensive coordinator, but I believe in D'Amico Ryans.
If they make it to the offensive, if they make it to the championship game against the Broncos, it's going to be the most unwatchable championship game ever.
The Texans literally should have beat the Broncos if C.J. Stroud didn't get hurt.
Look, man, I'm gonna be missing Chiefs Bills if I have to watch those two offenses. I'm just saying.
But what about the defense, though? The defense. Think about the defense.
Dude,
Packers Eagles was a
the most-
defensive showdown, and I wanted to die that entire game. It does
Look,
not
this is going to
inspire
be the
me.
hypest, 5-3 game of all time. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We're going to get a safety? Yeah.
Please.
Anywho, the magic number for the Texans is 118. Why 118? It's the amount of yards Jawar Jordan had. Shoutouts to whoever was running him in any of your fantasies this year.
Not a
Runs the
single
fucking
soul.
line. I didn't even hear about this guy until I looked over the stat sheet and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And why is he out? Why is he doing better than Daria Ungubawale and Woody Marks? Also, where the fuck is Nick Chubb?
Injured.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Ooh.
Fuck.
Big drop. Wow. That's a really big drop. Losing to 8 points to the best team in the AFC.
Yeah, but are you familiar? Dude, this is the single worst Packers game probably since the 14 CG. We lost Micah probably until the start of next season, at least. Fun fact, Evan Williams was injured on the same play. That one kind of came out today. I am in severe pain. Christian Watson's week to week. It seems like everyone that wasn't Micah kinda just got really lucky. Well, Christian Watson went to the hospital as a precaution, just in case of dislocated ribs, but he didn't have any. If we could play first quarter ball for the entire game, that would be really nice. This shot our chance at the 1 seed, but we still have a chance at the 2 seed. Because this game kind of decides that, if you believe that Baltimore and Minnesota are kind of penciled in as W's, except for the fact that maybe the Ravens are back, who knows. Although they did get to play the Bengals, so who cares?
I'm gonna say the elephant in the room. I don't think losing Michael Parsons is as bad of a hit to the Super Bowl hopes as people think.
I wholeheartedly disagree.
The Green Bay Packers, without Micah Parsons, are running the San Francisco D-line.
Quite literally.
Let me explain.
Micah Parsons has more pressures than like the next 4 highest people on the team combined.
Look, if Jordan Love is as elite of a quarterback as people say that he is, which he's been playing very well these last couple of weeks, and I should be inclined to agree, why should losing Micah Parsons be such a big hit? Where everything?
Okay, 2011 Green Bay Packers. You have one of the greatest NFL quarterback seasons of all times in Aaron Rodgers, and you have the Brady Bunch on defense. That's how. This Packers team, like, if the offense is good, is just going to look like every other Rodgers playoff loss, except for like the last couple in Green Bay where the offense didn't do shit. Because Love can ball, and then we just have Kevin King getting torched by Scotty Miller, and that costs us the game. Defense gives up 40. Wow.
Look, my entire thought process is this: Jordan Love, if he's as good as people say, he can overcome this. And you want to know something? He did it last year. Now, granted, the quality of wins last year compared to this year are completely different. And I'm not going to sit here and say that, and I'm not going to sit here and say that losing Michael Parsons isn't a isn't a nothing burger. No, it's 100% a big deal. But we've seen it this year. People have lost players and still found ways to win games.
Listen. Micah Parsons isn't a player, though. He is the vital part of that defense. Not even just a. He is the vital part of the Green Bay Packers defense. And their sack numbers dip significantly without him. And their pressure numbers dip significantly without him. So they're going to be going into that Chicago game with no Micah Parsons. And they were barely getting, and it was already hard to get pressure on the Bears when they were in Green Bay. I don't know how you can look at this and say that this isn't a damn near death blow to their Super Bowl, to their Super Bowl aspirations this year. Because do you really think? Because you can say whatever you want about Jordan Love, defense matters. Defense definitely matters, and their secondary is not good. Plain and simple, their secondary is not good.
Their safeties are good. Their cornerbacks are not.
If you're getting torched by Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton, that is embarrassing. I don't care. You should not let the Broncos score 34 points. You're in Giants territory. Giants territory. If you're letting the Broncos score 34 points. Bo Nix had a damn near perfect passer rating. Not actually though. He had a really good passer rating. He was throwing the ball extremely efficiently and extremely well. So again, guys like Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims. And I don't want to be disrespectful and say that those guys are bums. Far from it. They're good players. But that's nothing to really write home about offensively. You still want to make improvements from that. If you're the Broncos, they are getting torched by that with Michael Parsons for most of the game, and now he's out. Do you really think that this team has this team can have Super Bowl aspirations losing Michael Parsons?
Yes.
Why?
You want to know why? Because everyone was saying that beforehand going into this year. Everyone,
we were
100%.
No.
I wasn't.
No, not me.
Other people
not a lot. I mean, maybe some people. Maybe they have them as dark horses, but Super Bowl favorites. No, Eagles, Rams, not the Seahawks. People didn't know the Seahawks were going to be this good, but the Lions. People thought the Lions were going to win the division. So a majority of people thought the Lions would win the division, but getting Micah put them over the edge in terms of defensive firepower, and they're losing that. So they're back to what they were last year. Is a team that's good enough to make it to the playoffs, but a team that's not good enough to contend. And I still think that's where the Packers are right now. They're good enough to make the playoffs. I don't think they're good enough to genuinely contend for a Super Bowl. Can they? Out of the teams in the wild card, what team are they beating? I think they could beat. To be fair, they can beat. I think they could beat Chicago. They can probably beat the 49ers, maybe. Maybe.
If they're hosting, they can beat the NFC North team and the 7 seed. They could beat the NFC South team. They could probably beat the Eagles. The NFC West division winner is going to be the 1 seed. I think that if the Packers are playing an away game, they can pull it off. I think if the Packers are playing a home game,
I think the Eagles is still. Despite the Eagles being terrible, the Eagles are still a really tough matchup for the Packers, and they just own the Packers. I still think even with that terrible loss to Atlanta, I still think the Bucs are a really weird and awkward matchup for the Packers too, especially without Micah Parsons now, so they don't have they don't have a real pass rush at all.
And Jeff Hafley, we trust.
It's concerning. It's very concerning for them, especially with the Buccaneers. Especially with the Buccaneers offense. If you're letting the Broncos offense do that to you, imagine what the Buccaneers are gonna do with Mike Evans, Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin. You got I don't know why I'm blanking on their running back's name, but I know he's really good.
Well, you're blanking on his name because Bucky Irving was out 3 quarters of the season.
Oh, you're talking about Tampa, my bad.
Bucky Irving. I don't want to say Baker Mayfield because he's playing like a bum, but Baker Mayfield. I just think the matchup is it's concerning for the Packers if they drop to a 7 seed.
And if they drop to a 7 seed, they're playing Chicago or Detroit.
God forbid they miss the playoffs.
Look, man, here's what I think happens, and I'll get to this when we get to see. Actually, I'll save it for Seattle. But I really feel like on Thursday is a fight. Thursday, if the Rams don't win that game, it's the 1 seed's gonna be someone else. It's gonna be someone else entirely.
Why?
I'll get to it later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
The
fine,
NFC
go
West is kind of a dogfight, same as
Yeah.
the North. In Jeff Halfley, we trust. The magic number is 27. We will not be taking any other observations.
No.
Subscribe.
No.
There are YouTube
Look, man,
metrics.
Subscribe, please. Please.
Also,
Please.
We want to be monetized. Subscribe, please.
also, the funny third bullet point this week.
There is no
is
funny
not
third
even a-
bullet point, in case you haven't noticed.
I know. I was gonna get to that. The funny third bullet point this week is the quote-unquote intermission that I was talking about. So we have clinching scenarios this week that I want to get into a little bit. Philadelphia clinches the NFC East with a win. Both a Philly and Dallas tie or a Dallas loss. Green Bay and both Chicago are very simple. Win their game this week and have Detroit lose, or Detroit tie when they win their game. Doesn't really fucking matter. Seattle clinches a playoff berth with a win of their own, or just Detroit losing. And San Francisco does the same with a win. They both tie or Detroit loses. So essentially, everyone is hate watching Detroit this week. On the Denver side of things, Denver win and Chargers loss makes them clinch the AFC, and Denver has the ability to clinch a first-round bye and home field advantage if they win, and the Chargers, Patriots, and Bills all lose. Patriots clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Indianapolis or Houston loss. Buffalo clinches a playoff spot with a win and a Houston loss, a win and a Colts loss, or they tie, same thing. Jacksonville clinches a playoff berth with pretty much sort of the same thing. If Jacksonville wins and either Houston or Indiana loses, they're out. And then LA clinches a playoff berth with pretty much the exact same thing. So the three most hateable teams this week are going to be Indianapolis and Houston. And also Dallas is eliminated this week with a loss. In general, Detroit is eliminated from playoff contention with a loss and a Chicago and Green Bay tie. Philly is knocked out of the 1 seed with a loss and a bunch of other shit I don't really care about. Green Bay is knocked out of the 1st seed with a loss and a bunch of other shit I don't care about. And the Colts are knocked out of the AFC South title contention with a loss and Jacksonville win. LA is knocked out of the division title with a loss and Denver win. New England is all the same bullshit with that. Essentially, everyone hates the Lions, Colts, and Texans this week. Boo.
Not me. I love me some Texas football.
Same here. Anywho, that's the funny third bullet point.
Again, what third bullet point?
This is the bit that we're doing.
Oh, man, have a fucking career game, Trevor Lawrence.
Against the Jets, we'll put an asterisk next to it.
Look, man, a career game for T-Law is a career game for T-Law. He beat the shit out of the team that really should have been the one who was in position to draft him.
Thank you, Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have had such a domino effect on the entire league. It's actually insane.
Despite not picking in the first round for the better part of a decade.
I will just say this. I'm slightly upset that Trevor Lawrence had his legacy game the week that I was playing him in our playoffs. Granted, I was the only person here who made the playoffs. None of these fuckers care because they didn't make it. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence went fucking off. I just wanted to say, the fact that Travis Etienne is just having a career resurgence is kind of funny.
To your fantasy point, all I'm gonna say is fuck Jalen Hurts. The bum wants to give me 1 fantasy point and have 6 turnovers. Like literally, he has a normal bad game. I make the playoffs, but no, I want to be shit. Whatever, and then just another reason for me to hate the Eagles. But I digress. The Jaguars really just beat up on a terrible team. Not really surprising. Who are they starting? Brady Cook? At quarterback,
Yeah.
that's what they. Jesus Christ! Yeah, the Jets were starting Brady Cook at quarterback. It was nasty. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for losing. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons for losing to the Jets and completely fucking the Jets over in terms of drafting a quarterback.
I mean, there was a very nice moment where I forget who caught Brady Cook's first touchdown pass.
Adonai Mitchell.
Yeah, Adonai Mitchell did make sure the ball got to Brady Cook, and seeing his family react on TV was nice. It was wholesome, and then they got the shit kicked out of them for the next 45-50 minutes.
But that's culture building. That's what you like.
The thing is, Brady Cook didn't even have a bad game until the game was over.
I mean, he threw three picks.
He threw 3 picks, but
although I think one of them was to the backups.
Yeah, like his 2 interceptions on the day came with 2 minutes to go until the end of the game, and when in the fourth quarter when the Jags were already up 48-20. So garbage time interceptions, it really doesn't matter. For the first half the game, he looks fine.
The Jaguars have played 3 consecutive garbage time second halves. Except they actually scored in this one.
Wait, Khalil Herbert's on the fucking chip. That's horrible. They're so bad, dude. How the fuck is Khalil Herbert on this?
Horrible. Someone please save Breece Hall from this hell. Breece Hall. Someone save Garrett Wilson from this hell.
Dude, I think
great win. Really great win for the Jaguars. Their remaining schedule is extremely tough, though. They're going to be battle tested. That game against the Broncos.
They have one tough game, and then a meme kind of tough game, and then they play a team that's jockeying for the consecutive number 1 overall picks.
The Jaguars?
Yeah, they play Denver, Indianapolis, and then they close out with the Thursday Night Football Classic. They're playing Tennessee.
The Thursday Night Football Classic. Oh, the Titans. I don't know why I thought they were facing Houston. My brain. Oh my gosh. I'm so
no, they've looked very good since they imploded against Houston.
I looked at the thing too. I don't know why I saw Houston. Never mind. It's they control their own destiny.
Yeah, if they win out, they win the division. If they lose, they go from 3 to 7 because Houston's probably winning this week.
I'm sure Houston's winning this week.
Yeah. Anywho, Jacksonville magic number is 6 because that's the amount of touchdowns Trevor Lawrence scored.
Beat the shit out of the Jets. Goodness.
And that's why we took him. Duval. Bills.
Keep playing like that, and maybe he'll be worth it. Great win. Fantastic win.
Okay, we're going back for 1 second. In 2021, he was the most worth it quarterback.
100%, but it was
redraft the class. You're still taking T-Law at 1, probably.
I mean, quite literally, who else is there? Who else is there to take?
Sauce Gardner.
Mac Jones.
Ironically enough, Mac Jones being the second best quarterback.
Sauce Gardner. What are you talking about? Sauce Gardner was a year after.
Oh, was he? Yeah, the Jaguars rostered the 2 best quarterbacks from the 2021 draft class.
Yep, Mac Jones and. Don't worry. It'll be the third best one once Trey Lance finally gets his chance to shine. Delusional, yes. Do I care? Not in the slightest. But also, if we are doing a redraft, actually, number 1 overall pick is more than likely gonna be either Pat Surtain or Jamar Chase.
Probably no, it's Micah Parsons
or Micah. Yeah, you get dynamic stuff with Jamar Chase, though. I mean, it's all preference. It's all
yeah, but you'd have what? Who'd they go in with? Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, it'll be Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew and Jamar.
Also, the 2022 quarterback class was abysmal dog shit.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell. I think it's Pat Surtain, Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase. Those are the 4 you're going.
You could take. Yeah, you could do that.
The Bills, I guess.
Great win. Fantastic win. Amazing win. Patriots choke Lamausers. that was a crazy choke to watch, and I think it just really goes to show how, I don't want to say fraudulent the Patriots are, but how beatable
The
that team is.
Patriots
That team
have
is definitely
beaten
beatable.
have beaten one team with a winning record, and it was the Bills when they were busy imploding.
Look, man. All I'm saying is Buffalo's endlessly frustrating. 21-point lead, only to be choked in the second half. I'm sorry, man. Like, the Bills are way too inconsistent to predict. You're telling me I'm supposed to trust this team come postseason? This team could get fucking slobber knockered by the fucking Patriots, not the Patriots, by the Steelers, but find some way to like completely dismantle the red hot Texans. That's how this team feels right now.
I disagree wholeheartedly. I think the reason you pick the Bills in this playoff landscape is because they're the team with they're the team with the most experience that are probably going to make the playoffs, barring the Ravens being there. Because the Ravens there, I think things also get interesting a little bit, but
Yeah,
they have the most experience. They have the quarterback that just came off of winning an MVP. Now, do I trust their weapons room? No, their weapons room kind of sucks ass, minus James Cook and their tight ends. But I mean, if their defense is starting to figure it out, their offense is starting to figure it out. If they can just they can play hot for the rest of the year, which I genuinely believe they can, because they had Cleveland, Philly, and the Jets. Those are 2 guaranteed wins. So
those are 3 guaranteed wins, honestly.
I might trust them. It could genuinely be 3, but I think they might have a tough time with the Eagles. Maybe. I still want to give the Eagles the benefit of the doubt, like begrudgingly.
Nah, the Eagles are gonna win next week, and then since the NFC South team isn't gonna do anything, they're resting their starters for 2 weeks.
Why would they rest their starters? They're gonna be playing for playoff seeding. I don't think they're gonna be resting their starters.
They're not getting the 2 seed, I don't think.
It's possible.
It's unlikely. The Packers probably finish ahead of them, and the Bears hold the tiebreaker.
I mean, the Patriots play the Ravens this week, and if the Ravens beat the Patriots, I think we're going to have to look at New England going into next week. We'll get to that later, but for now, look, man, I'm sorry. They have the most playoff experience, but I don't trust this team. Too volatile, and that defense is fucking terrible.
Their defense is bad, but they were really good. They were really good in the second half, though.
Agreed, but like, look, man, when you're just casually letting the Miami Dolphins drop 30 on you, I don't care if it's at their home place. That's very concerning. But they're probably going to make the playoffs. Well, not probably. They're going to make the playoffs.
Definitely. You see the remaining schedule, they're 1,000,000,000% making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just just be consistent. Don't fucking stop this fake bullshit and just play good football.
Yeah, well,
they've been playing good football the past few weeks.
They're gonna go 3-0, but Myles Garrett should break the sack record next week.
Yeah, congrats to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, their magic number. I didn't come up with this one, but I just saw that they're ranked 6 and their previous rank was 7, so 6-7. That's what this team is.
No.
Boo!
Boo! No, the magic number is 21 because that's the amount of points the Patriots blew when they lost that game to the Bills.
Speaking of blowing a 21-point lead, you never would guess who's keeping them company.
Hello, New England Patriots. So for this week, Drake May, you unfortunately, young man, you will not be winning MVP this year.
Congratulations to Matthew Stafford.
He has stolen your chain, Drake May. I apologize. It is what it is. You are still having a fantastic season.
Drake May sacrifice his MVP so that way Travion Henderson can finally fucking do something.
Henderson was hooping. He was balling on Sunday. It did not matter because their offense stagnated like crazy in the second half, and that's exactly what happens when you have a Josh McDaniels-led offense. It will only get you so far. This is not Tom Brady. And you do not have Rob Gronkowski. You do not have Julian Edelman. You do not have Wes Welker and the like.
But you do play in the NFC East, so we will see you in January.
Henry is like is like the shitty generic cola version of Gronkowski. Like,
Man,
Gronkowski is Dr. Pepper, and he's like Dr. Rocky Mountains or something.
a Dr. Perky.
Fuck off. But yeah, Patriots. Let's have a little bit of a chat. That was bad.
Embarrassing.
Like, but you know what? You know what? At the end of the day, you all get one. This is your one. If you do this shit against Baltimore, we're gonna put you out of the top 10 because that would be fucking ridiculous.
Watch. I mean, they were always on. I mean, like, to be fair, they were always on fraud watch, even when they were handling teams like the shitty Giants. It's sad. It is because they're having a fantastic season. They're a really young team, but they might have peaked a little too soon. Don't do what the Commanders did, and rest on your laurels. Please, please improve your team as much as you can next year because I know you guys still have a lot of cap space. I just don't think this year is going to be the year for you guys. The defense looked extremely bad, especially in the second half. They could not stop a nosebleed. They need to fix that up.
They were playing with house money to start the year anyway.
Their offense was extremely stagnant. Were they playing with house money? I mean, yeah, because
I mean, they're in the AFC East. They get to play with house money to the tune of 4 free wins a year.
Yep.
No, 3 free wins a year because Miami is constantly owed a win by them.
Oh yeah, they always own them. It's actually really hilarious how much they own them.
Look, man, I'm already seeing the vision now. The Bills are going to win this shitty division because Miami beats the Patriots in a meaningless Week 18 game. It happened a couple years before. It's going to happen again.
If so, real big props to Quinn Ewers.
True.
It'll look great for him when he's on a scouting team next year.
Imagine Quinn Ewers just starts balling in Miami. Imagine he's like 300 yards, like 3 touchdowns in the next 3 games. Like the next 3 games. That's his average stat total.
He needs to do the Garoppolo shit where he looks good. He looks good for like the meaningless end of the season, and then they're like, "Fuck it, let's just see what he's got next year." That's gonna happen. Also, their magic number is 9. For the amount of letters in Drake May's nickname, Drake May.
Sure. Who cares?
This does not feel right.
Chris, should we go to number 3?
I'll let Mr. Bears fan talk.
Fine.
This does not feel like this has been a fantastic season for Chicago, and a part of it, I'm sure, is partial polar bias, and this was overall the Bears' best game this season. Dude, this team feels weird. Like, it was such a nice game, but the fact that this team's starting to get into the conversations of like these are one of the premier teams in the NFC, I feel very uncomfortable by it, and I love
an indictment on how bad the NFC is.
Nah, the NFC's good. It's better than the fucking AFC. Like,
is it?
Look, man, the fact that the Bears might be potentially the second best team, depending on how fucking Seattle and LA do their shit, and just in general, it just doesn't feel right. It feels kind of dirty, but, you know, they had a fantastic game against Cleveland. You know, our pass rush finally worked for once, but granted,
against Cleveland
didn't have anyone. My biggest takeaway from that game, please cover the fucking deep ball. But other than that, I mean, can't be mad when Caleb Williams probably had his best game all season. Like, it got to the point where, like, he played probably his most consistent game from bell to bell, and he didn't even have to do anything in the fourth quarter. Like, he was just slinging it everywhere, and, like, I had nothing to complain. He was solid all day. Unfortunately, we might be down Rome Odunze and Luther Burden against Green Bay. So, all I'm saying is, for those listening right now, Go look up PJ Richardson. Breakout game incoming. Hashtag it's his time. But all I will say is, this team, I'm glad that they're at least good enough to be a playoff team. I don't care about
Yawn.
See you Saturday.
Okay, yawn. Anyways, as I was saying, please beat a real team. Please beat a real team. Beat a real team. Even Eagles. The Eagles fucking suck. So let's just go out of these. Get out of our way. Please beat a real team. You got Green Bay next week. Prove me wrong. I still took Green Bay even with Micah Parsons being out. If you guys lose that game, you are on fraud watch. You are back on fraud watch. It's hating aside, that was a great win for the Chicago Bears. Just beating up on. And again, that's the games you want to win. It's just beating up on the really bad teams. You don't want to be playing those really bad teams close. Just beating up on them, beating them by 28 points. That's a great win. It's a little. I don't want to say it's a needle mover, but like it's winning the games. It's like essentially just taking care of business, and they took care of business. And honestly, with how the rest of the league went, I guess they kind of do deserve to be there because they are one in the NFC North again, which is what is wrong with the. And you're telling me that the NFC is good this year.
No.
And then you see the NFC South and the rest of the NFC East and the Cardinals and the Vikings. It's very top heavy. But, good win for you guys.
I'm sure they'll enjoy hanging the stopped Myles Garrett from getting the sack record against us banner in Gary, Indiana.
Go on. Say what you want to say.
See you Saturday.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but I just want to hear you say it.
I'm not belting out into song here, so I'll just say the Bears still suck.
No. You know what I want to hear you say.
I actually don't.
The Bears look good. I want to hear you say
You're
that.
doing a horrible Joseph Joestar impression. You are not nailing the next words I'm gonna say. What's their magic number? Funny voice in the box.
Their magic number, is 850 because that's the amount of passing yards Caleb needs to break the shitty 4,000-yard gimmick that everyone just loves to seem to do.
If he breaks it, we'll find another.
He is not breaking that record this year. What's their remaining schedule?
Green Bay, San Fran, Detroit. They played two kind of dog shit secondaries. And San Fran will give her
San Fran's secondary was also getting bitched on by fucking Van Jefferson. So, like...
Van Jefferson 2025. Oh, dear Lord in heaven. Right. Seattle.
This
what
team
the fuck,
feels
guys?
like they deserve to be at number 8, honestly.
What the fuck, guys? What the fuck was that?
That was some hard-nosed football right there. None of that weak-ass pansy shit.
That was criminally disgusting. They should be embarrassed and ashamed of themselves for the way that they played against this Colts team that started Phillip Rivers, who got off the fucking couch not even a few days ago. It was giving the that Josh Dobbs game against the Falcons a few years ago.
Yeah, real Pastronaut vibes, except he has the best running back in the league.
Oh my.
That is true.
So, I wanted to say this real quick. Their magic number is 459 because that's the amount of receiving yards JSN needs to break 2K. And honestly, call me crazy, I think it's possible.
I don't think he gets there.
Against I don't know, man.
You can have a pretty good game against LA.
If he has a good game against LA, he can definitely do it against Carolina and San Fran. Yeah, I get JC Horn is very good, but you know how you fix that? Put Rashid Shaheed at X and put JSN in the slot. Does it make sense? No, but are you telling me that fucking JC Horn is going to have to constantly cover JSN in the slot? Hell the fuck no. But yeah. Honestly, JSN is a better offensive player of the year this year than Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion.
Why?
I think JSN is probably doing a lot more at a harder position.
CMC is also playing said harder position.
Okay, you kind of pissed me off there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? At a harder position, running back is a very hard position to play. What are you talking about?
Harder. He's got Sam Darnold throwing to him, man. He's got Sam Darnold throwing to him.
Sam Darnold threw for 4,000 passing yards last year with 35 touchdowns. He was great last year. You say that like that's a bad thing. Fucking CMC's carrying Brock Purdy and Mac Jones in 2025
Look, man, I have JSN agendas to push. That's
the fact that CMC. Listen, because I really like JSN too. I was really big on him when he got drafted to Seattle. Like he was awesome. I saw him in the Rose Bowl. He was cooking in the Rose Bowl, but regardless, CMC is both top 10 in rushing yards and passing yards. Not passing yards, and receiving yards this year. Receiving yards as a running back. He is the team's entire offense. Legitimately. His workload is ridiculous.
Actually, I don't know how you can... sorry, I don't mean to actually you real quick, but CMC is actually currently top 20 in receiving yards, not top 10.
Oh wow! Oh man, that's what a downgrade.
No. I get the sentiment. I want JSN to get it because Christian McCaffrey already has a fuck ton of rewards, essentially.
Well, he should get another one because he's the entire San Francisco 49ers offense.
But yeah, anywho, back to the Seattle game. Dude, I genuinely think that Leonard Williams and DeMarcus Lawrence should get pay raises because if they weren't on this team, man, if they weren't on this team, man, that defense would not be the same without them. And I get Devin Witherspoon is really good, and I also get that Julian Love has played very well and fucking all this other shit. But like, God, that team is built by that pass rush, man. Also, shoutouts to Nick Amenawari. He's been fucking breaking out these last couple of
Awesome.
But yeah,
when's a win though?
They're not. Look, I think LA versus Seattle is gonna be a fucking street fight. That has like 50-point game potential right there. Like 50 points.
So I think it's gonna be a close. I think it's gonna be like it was a few weeks ago. I think it's gonna be a close, low-scoring game. Because I think the final score is gonna be like 28-24. I don't want to say low-scoring. That's not low-scoring, but you know what I mean.
Fair enough.
Moderately decent game, potential game of the year. That or Seattle can come out and play like shit because Sam Darnold wants to be a doofus.
Yeah.
It can happen too. Hey, next team.
Did we get a magic number?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just did it early.
Yeah.
What a win! What a freaking win!
Yeah.
They're not frauds. I
wouldn't say that. Wouldn't go that far.
I will say this as a part of the power ranking crew, we wanted to apologize to Denver for calling you super mega ass frauds at the beginning of the year. I'm
not apologizing.
Not apologizing.
We were blindsided. We hated Bo Nix.
We still do.
We like Bo Nix now.
Nothing's changed. He had a great game. Like let me not be too disrespectful. He had a phenomenal game on Sunday.
Yeah, no, good game.
Probably. He had a fantastic game on Sunday, but they're not. I don't care. They are still not beating those fraud allegations, even with this Packers win, because the Packers are also a very volatile team who was also dealing with a bunch of injuries. And let's just keep it a stack. It's something I didn't say. let's just keep it a buck. Like Jordan Love is an idiot for even trying to test Pat Surtain against Christian Watson. That is a mismatch for Christian Watson because Pat Surtain is better than him in that, and like in that aspect. And Jordan Love should have never threw that football to him. He was asking for that ball to be intercepted.
It almost worked the first time.
I get the one-on-one down the field. He shouldn't have done that. But this isn't really about the Packers. It's about the Broncos. The Broncos played a very great offensive game, and they're usually gonna have these kind of games like once every, let's say, like 3-4 weeks when Bo Nix decides, oh yeah, I'm an NFL quarterback. I can play quarterback. And then you can also have games where he's playing like absolute dog shit, like against the, I don't want to say Commanders. He wasn't playing like absolute dog shit against the Commanders, but he wasn't that good against the Commanders. Or, like playing mid against the Raiders, or playing he was mid against the Commanders, playing mid against the Commanders, playing mid against the Texans. To be fair, the Texans have the best defense in the league still. But I don't know. This was impressive, I'll definitely say. Are they off a fraud watch? Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe.
Look, man. All I'm saying is sometimes Bo Nix plays like prime Derrick Rose, and then other times he plays like Denzel Valentine.
And that's the problem.
And this was just one of those times where he played like D-Rose.
Zeros.
Yeah, I realized I shouldn't have brought up. Out of all the players to bring up, D-Rose is probably the worst one to bring up considering what happened this game. So I apologize.
Well, I mean, that's only an ACL tear, not a fucking Achilles tear. Because Achilles, oh my, he might be cooked.
But yeah, Denver's magic number, the spin of the curse wheel. It landed on 2 today. So 2, I don't fucking know.
Spoilers for Brandon Perna's power rankings, by the way. So he had the Broncos at 1. I didn't watch.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was surprised by that.
Speaking of which, guess who got landed on as number 1? Guess who got landed on as number 2?
The Rams.
Our number 1.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Who said anything about them being number 1?
I mean, they are number 1 in the rankings.
Maybe.
This offense is so good. Matthew Stafford locked up MVP with this win.
Look, man, I get Detroit's secondary is dog shit, but like...
Dog shit is an understatement.
But like, I don't know, man. He threw, like, what? He threw a pick at, like, the beginning of the first quarter to Aiden Hutchinson, and, like, it was, like, a whatever pick. Like, I'm sorry, man. This man was out here throwing dimes to Colby Parkinson's, of all people, and Devontae Adams was out, I think, after, like, what, the third quarter? Nah, he's just that dude. Like, Stafford is just that dude. And, the defense, it didn't show up this week, but, like, when you're scoring 41 on a whim, does it really need to?
Oh, so you say that, like, you also say that, like, the Lions also don't have, like, a top 5 in the league. Their offense is amazing. It's hard to shut that. It's hard to shut that offense down when they're clicking.
True. And the thing is, too, the Rams were just constantly leading by 2 touchdowns all game. It never got close.
I'm saying they had that game won pretty handily.
Yeah, all this is just to say, LA's good. Go figure. Thursday Night Football is going to be really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss part of it tomorrow. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, your thing.
Yep. It's okay. The Italian food should hopefully be good.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, is it time for our 2-minute drill?
No. It's the Riverside Chat.
Huh? Oh right, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, Unk of the Week is dead because Philip Rivers just wins it throughout the rest of the season, even if he doesn't.
He's not
play
going to lose it. He's legitimately not going to lose it. I think it's just
Yeah.
impossible.
Like,
Look
the
at how
only thing that
happy
would, like,
he
top
is.
it-
He's got one more afternoon at the yard. Like, even if he just plays 3 more weeks, he's gonna be happy. Maybe Aaron Rodgers comes back and does this next year for like the Miami Dolphins or some shit. Who knows?
I mean, honestly, there is like one chance I could see it happen. Like for someone to take Unk of the Week, and that would be like if Aaron Rodgers threw for like 8 touchdowns against Detroit because he fucking hates Detroit. But that shit is never gonna happen. But yeah, spoiler alert for whenever we inevitably do our award show for this. Philip Rivers is just Unk of the Year.
Yeah, it's pretty much a given.
No,
at this point.
we're doing Gramps of the Year so that Unk of the Year can actually be a competitive category.
Yeah, Gramps of the Year has like a minus like a billion odds if you are going to gamble your sicko coins on this game. I mean, on this award.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they are. By the way, you cannot redeem those anywhere else, and we will not be taking them anymore. You wasted your money on them.
Not even at Jimmy John's? It's unfortunate.
No. Unfortunately, we don't partner with them anymore after
The incident?
after they just kept on making dog shit food. Fuck Jimmy John's. We are a pro Firehouse sub channel and a pro Subway channel.
We are.
Subway. Oh, you're starting to lose me a little.
You're losing me like shit right now.
Yeah. Like your stomach after you eat Subway. So are you guys ready for the 2-minute drill?
Yes, I am ready for the 2-minute drill.
Chris, are you ready for the 2-minute drill?
Absolutely.
Well, too bad! The Chiefs got eliminated!
Let's go on. That again. Rip Bozos. I know we said we were talking about it in the chart.
We're on Pack Watch.
When we were talking about the Chargers, I don't care. Chiefs Pack Watch. Rip Bozos. No one cares. Rest in piss. You will not be missed in this, especially in these AFC playoffs. You will not be missed. No one cares.
That said, we do hope that Patrick Mahomes has a good recovery from the ACL surgery.
Yeah, we do not root for injuries. We root for someone else's failure, and the Chiefs are inherent failures yesterday, or not yesterday, on Sunday. So
yeah, we totally record this on Monday right after MNF. Yeah, wahoo! Victory fanfare here. And now we get to root for the Chiefs, because if they win out, they have a worse draft pick.
Yeah,
they're still in prime. And they're still in prime position to get a really good receiver or running back. And they can still get Julian Love, which would be ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, I need the Titans. I need Cam Ward to put on the worst game of all time against KC, because I think Denver's gonna kill them. We need this Chiefs to be 8-9 so bad, dude.
Nah, fam, 9-8 are bust.
They're not beating Denver. Maybe if they get it locked up this week, I think Denver might.
I'm saying Denver, clinches the AFC. They're gonna set their starters.
They'd have to clinch the
way they
1 seed to rest the starters. Okay, I don't have a vested interest in faking you guys out a third time, unfortunately. 2-minute drill. I don't know. Who do you guys have in the Super Bowl this year? I got Rams. Bills.
Rams Texans. I think the Texans are going to make a run in the AFC. I think their offense is going to do just good enough, and their defense is going to carry them.
They'll be the final team to see a championship game. Because they haven't yet.
I say that because I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win the NFC South. And who are they going to face? They're going to face the 5th seed. Who's the 5th seed right now? That's the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to beat them. Yeah, they're going to beat the Chargers. So they
beat the 3 seed. It's most likely that the winner of the AFC South is a 3 seed.
Oh yeah, because the fucking dog shit AFC North.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those rare years where the AFC South isn't locking the 4th seed.
Who's the 6th seed right now?
The 6th seed is Buffalo.
Bills.
'They beat them once, they can do it again. They can do it again. 'Cause they beat the 5th seed. 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 'Cause they beat the
Honestly,
Yeah, you can do it again.
my Super Bowl pick, I have three options. I have the boring one, the one that I want, and I have the the chaos one. I think for
Brother,
the boring
choose the one that you want.
the boring one's easy. I think it's probably gonna be Patriots Rams because the NFL can't
Patriots,
be unique because the NFL can't be unique anymore. I think the one that I would love personally would be Bears versus Bears versus like I don't know Steelers because it would be nice to fuck up Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl. And then I think like the dark horse Super Bowl that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about right now. Honestly, give me Texans Seahawks.
That could be a banger Super Bowl. I would love that. I was about to say all your choices were dog shit, but then you came out with that last one, which was awesome. So I'll let you slide.
I think any Super Bowl in this year would be good as long as it doesn't involve the Philadelphia Eagles.
That is true, because like knowing this league, we're gonna get fucking Eagles and Broncos.
No, we're gonna get Patriots Rams because we have to because we always find some way to rehash old Super Bowls.
Well,
Like,
we've had enough that we are kind of forced to start rehashing them.
Right, but like we had Chiefs Eagles within like a 4 year span of each other.
Twice in 3 years, I believe.
I'm saying we had two Chiefs Eagles, and we had two 49ers Chiefs.
Yep. Look, man, we're gonna have something unique this year. We're gonna have a unique matchup. As long as like the Rams or Eagles don't get the spot, I honestly, and it might sound sacrilegious, but like even as like a football fan, Green Bay in the Super Bowl would be a way much better breath of fresh air than fucking the Rams or Eagles. I don't want to see them anywhere near.
I mean, if we have to pick a rehash Super Bowl, is there any better one for NFL narratives this year than Packers Steelers?
No. Seahawks Broncos.
No.
That's true. Seahawks get their lick back? Hey,
Seahawks.
Broncos get their lick
the
back.
Seahawks
Broncos
beat
get their
the
lick back.
shit out. Like in terms of storyline, I think it's kind of objective that Packers Steelers would be much more interesting, at least narratively, than a Steelers Broncos run back.
Dude, I would much rather have Bears Steelers in all honesty because I'm pissed that we didn't get to play Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers in his final game going against the upstart youngest team in the league that kind of like blew him off on the way out, if you want to read it that way.
Honestly, I will say this. I think the Steelers' path to the... Here's what I think. I think the Steelers' path to the playoffs could get very funny. Obviously, I think in order for this to happen, they beat the Chargers and they beat the Steelers. I'm dumbass. They
Chargers,
beat the
Broncos... Yeah, fifth seed Broncos and
then
winner of the South or the Patriots.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers, then they beat the Broncos, and then I think they have to beat the Patriots. I think they can beat the Patriots off narratives. I think if it's Jacksonville's just gonna get in for free.
I mean, Jags Steelers would be one hell of a championship game.
Fuck no.
No, those playoff games are wild, man. Do you remember 2017? That was a boat race.
Where Jalen Ramsey fucking tore off the entire.
I'm sorry. Is there anybody on the Steelers that is even remotely close to Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell? No. Okay, I don't want to see that.
Aaron Rodgers
can. We can Metcalf. Chill on DK.
Aaron Rodgers made.
I had to put my phone down. I had to put my phone down. I had to put my phone and my controller down.
Aaron Rodgers made Equinemius St. Brown look like a quality NFL player for at least like 3/4 of football.
How many years ago was that? How many years? How many years? What year are we in right now? 2025. I don't care. I do not care. This is 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers who's playing solid football. I'll give him credit. No one wants to see the Steelers in the playoffs. No one wants to see the Steelers win in the playoffs.
I would rather
No
see
one.
the Steelers than the Ravens,
Not
man.
even Steelers fans. Not even Steeler fans want to see the Steelers win.
Look, man,
This
I just want the
team
Steelers
sucks.
to win.
They're
so
not
that way,
good.
Nah, fam, I'm kind of rooting for them.
Why?
I just want to beat
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers.
I get why.
I want to beat Rodgers one more time. That's the only thing that I want.
You guys are only cheering for the Steelers because of NFC North politics. I don't care. Listen,
Yes,
I don't care. I truly do not care. I don't want to see the Steelers anywhere near the playoffs. That team sucks. I hate watching their offense. Their defense they play some of the most lame brand of football you will ever see. They're such a boring team to watch. Who wants to see this? Who wants to see Jalen? Like, you're telling me you want to see an AFC championship of Jalen Warren and DK Metcalf and 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers with Mike Tomlin as their head coach? I don't want to see this. Not
Yeah,
a
I
single
do.
soul in the world wants to
Unironically.
see this.
They're probably like...
Hey, respect Darnell Washington. He's impossible to tackle.
I will respect Darnell Washington, but that is it.
No, the
That's only
Steelers
person
are
I'm gonna be
like my
respecting.
number 3 team in the AFC right now, honestly.
Why?
What?
In term-
now you're
No, in terms of
You
who I'd
guys
root
are-
for
you
in the
guys-
current playoff picture.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No,
If you're talking about
like-
number 3 as a whole, I would have to. do
No,
something that's
I'm
crazy.
No, they're number 7 as a whole. Obviously.
They're lower
But
than that for
like
me. My
if
gosh.
Jags are Jags, Bills are probably my number 2. Like I'm not rooting for the Patriots. God no.
Understandable.
The Broncos, resident sleeper.
I'm cheering for their defense.
The
Definitely not cheering
Texans,
for the offense,
I
though.
hate the Texans.
You already know how I feel about that.
And the Chargers, look, man, it doesn't matter if I root for them. They're gonna punch me in the balls in the middle of a third quarter of a random wild card game.
Can we just say all of us just know the Chargers are going to lose?
Yeah.
That's a given. Their offensive line
Yeah,
is
we all just think that the Chargers are just going to get bounced in the wild card again. Like, when we do Week 18, we're going to come back to this point, and we're all going to repeat the same thing whenever we discuss whoever the fuck the Chargers play. And we're all going to unanimously agree on that LA has no fucking chance of winning whatever game they have. Like, they could be going up against the goddamn Raiders in the playoffs, and I would give the win to the Raiders because the Chargers...
I wouldn't go that far.
No.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far at all. The only reason I don't think they're going to make it far, it's not because they're the Chargers. The only reason I don't think they're going to make it far is because their offensive line is just unbelievably
Yeah,
bad.
it's because
It's like the worst offensive line in the league.
yeah,
And their
every
offensive
single
line- their
AFC
offensive line
team
power
has
just
something
isn't good enough.
minorly resembling a pass rush, and that is the Chargers' only weakness.
The only team I can see them beating is like if the Steelers make it, and even that, like what Kamain said, that's like a maybe. That's a very big maybe. Like T.J. Watt's gonna have like 3
Yeah, if
sacks
TJ
minimum that
Watt's
game.
back, sure. They got a
TJ
chance.
Watt and Nick Herbig are going to kill him.
I'm surprised
And
he's not
Peyton
dead yet.
Wilson is going to pick off Justin Herbert like 30 times.
Yeah. We should probably end this just about.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Comments,
comment, subscribe,
concerns,
subscribe,
criticisms,
subscribe,
other
subscribe,
things
subscribe.
beginning with the letter C.
Also, please subscribe, or else we're gonna have to put Chris up for adoption.
Girl, no, shut up.